So we are done with the first one, which is the 5 questions concerning the cultural and societal roots. And we can move to, if you want, the gender, youth, and marginalized communities in entrepreneurial emergence. Okay, so if you allow me to review this lecture a bit, when we talk about intersection of gender, I said it earlier, we have, first of all, women, and we have youth, and we have the marginalized communities. We have the intersectionality. That's one group that is from the above different categories, like we can say women and young, and from indigenous communities. And what are the pragmatic and policy recommendations that we can suggest? So mainly about that. What's faced? Let's talk general. What are the barriers faced by women in general? What are they? Women.
Naima says B, limited access to funding and networks.
Yeah, you went directly to the answer. Yeah, I thought we're gonna share some comments about that. A common barrier faced by women entrepreneurs globally. You said what? B, limited access to funding and networks. Right, Enrique?
No, it was not me. It was Naima Gemini.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just
Miss
reading from the
Naima.
chat.
Oh,
Naima.
okay. I don't even go to read in the chat. Thank you for
Yeah,
letting me
that's
know.
why I'm
Yeah.
I'm helping you.
Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, Abdul Hamid says
And
B as
Hamid said
well.
B. Yeah. It is. It is B. It is actually because we are still working on this gender issue, and I believe the same thing goes for all North Africa. We're working on a lot of gender issue problems, among which the access to funding, access to network, access to high position, equal salary status for different positions, and the list is long. Yeah, we are still actually working on that, knowing that the education is attributed to both genders in similar ways, and the opportunities like the training and mentoring and coaching, and it all goes along to the point that we see now for some industries more female than male. Why is youth entrepreneurship important for economic development? Does it increase dependency on the government programs, or it reduces innovation in traditional sectors, or it creates jobs and fosters innovation, or leads to market saturation? United States mindset, they tell you just create companies, put people in labor, and leave the government alone.
Reading from the chat, people are saying C, it creates jobs and fosters innovation.
Yes. Yeah, perfect for Naima, Amal, Hamid. Yes, it is C. Yeah. And then we have the following that best supports marginalized communities in entrepreneurship: restrictive licensing policies, inclusive education and training program, high interest microloans, or limited internet access. Which one that best supports the marginalized communities?
People from the chat are saying B, inclusive education. Sonia from IMSET saying A, restrictive licensing policies.
I would say
I think B.
B. Yeah.
B.
Inclusive education and training program. Yeah. And it looks like it's more correct. It is actually because if we talk about high interest microloans, we're gonna go back to even limited access to funding and networks that is applied to women and marginalized communities. We have a lot of women in marginalized communities, so I would say more of education and training programs. And thank God that all government now are pushing for this. I mean, everybody speaks the same language. We have to talk entrepreneurship in education systems all throughout and all training programs, and do it universally, more of not only in education system, but even outside, to the point that we have the second chance schools and, second chance opportunities for people who have not been in a specific education system, but they still have good business ideas. They just need some type of a backup. So yes, I would say inclusive education and training programs. What is one way to promote gender equity in entrepreneurship? Ignoring gender differences in policy or providing equal access to resources and mentorship, focus only on male-dominated industries and reduce funding for women and led ventures. The answer is pretty clear over here. And let me read from the chat if you don't mind. Yeah. Provide equal access to resources and mentorship, of course. And how can technology help marginalized entrepreneurs? Is it by replacing traditional businesses, or by increasing competition, or by expanding market access and reducing barriers, or by limiting local opportunities?
People are saying C.
Yes.
Expanding market access
and reducing barriers. Yeah. And we have example of marginalized, all of us have example of marginalized community. And since there is nothing we can do to them, and give them access to technology and make sure that it will help them, reduce the barriers, and sometimes why not educate them, Okay. These two quizzes are actually related to the two lectures. The first one, which is the culture and entrepreneurship, and the second one is the gender and youth and marginalized communities. We can go further. By the way, besides the quizzes, you should be able to see in the platforms that I have posted also some discussion questions. We can actually there is another recap session scheduled that will be scheduled on the 28th, Enrique. And we can actually in that session talk about the last two lectures, which is as I told you, the last two lectures are the MVP and the product Lean Startup and Lean Canva. And the other one, of course, is the MVP and the product thinking, which I think also I have, building minimum viable products and prototype thinking. We can actually talk about those on the 28th if you don't mind. And you also have, concerning the first and the second lecture, you also have discussion questions. And if you're willing to share more, I'll be more than welcome to do so. Enrique?
Yes, can you
You're
hear
listening?
me? Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Do you have another, also it's more for the teachers? Houda has two more lectures. There's module 1.7, sorry, unit 1.7, which is Lean Canvas and Value Proposition. And she's going to have a recap session on the 28th, if I'm not mistaken, of January, yes, at 4.
Yeah.
And then you can, I suggest that you read and do the modules in advance, of course, and that you check the quizzes and you
also
go.
the discussion question, Enrique. Sorry.
Yes, it's questions for self-reflection.
Yeah.
Part of 1.7, and then you write some questions down, and you come with ideas and questions for Houda by the end of the month. I know maybe now after the break, maybe you were on days off, you didn't have enough time to complete the course, but please check it out and bring some ideas and questions for the end of January. And it's module 1.7, so MVP
and by the way,
Canvas.
Enrique, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have put in my own small tiny projects as an example that they can use as as a model just to see how they can relate, especially for the MVP and the prototype thinking and even the Canva. So within the lecture, if they go back to the lecture, they'll be able to see my own project's idea as an example that I worked on. So, and we can discuss it and I can share it further, and I have no problem with that. Voilà. I just want to make sure that I let them know this as well.
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
That's very great. Okay. So does anyone have any further questions for those of you who joined maybe later? Today we're having a recap session of Houda's lectures in the Pulse course. Our session 1.2.2, Cultural and Societal Roots of Entrepreneurship, and also session 1.2.3, Bold Beginnings, Inclusive Journeys into Entrepreneurship. So basically, we were going over the quiz that goes together with those lectures, the cultural factors that influence entrepreneurship, and how to tackle gender, youth, and marginalized communities in entrepreneurship. So regarding those two lectures from Ms. Houda, do you have any questions about the cultural and societal roots of entrepreneurship or any issues regarding gender, youth, or marginalized communities? Any experience that you want to bring from, or brief comments that you want to bring from your schools in Tunisia, Libya? Otherwise, we would close the session and you'll get to see Houda again on the 28th of January. So you can also write down your questions and bring them to her.
Okay, thank you, everybody. I want to say thank you, everybody. Sylvia, Abdelhamid, Mohamed Bala, Anous, Abdelhamid Sharif, Naima, everybody who have participated, who have been with us. Thank you for moderating the session, Mr. Enrique, and hope to be able to meet with you on the 28th. I would say the more the merrier. Happy New Year, everybody, and hope this year is going to be bringing to us a lot of odd but still marketable ideas and be able to transfer this great knowledge to other people, as is going to be our role from now on. Okay, so thank you, everybody, and see you on the 28th. And don't hesitate to ask any question you might have. You can get my email from either Zinab or Insaf or even Enrique. Thank you, Enrique. Thumbs up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Good luck with the rest of the course.
Good luck with the rest of the day and your projects endeavors. Bye, Enrique.
Bye-bye. Okay, see you, everyone.
See you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abdelhamid.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.